Hi. So, story time. Last night, I was, as you do when you are irresponsible with sleep, I was on my phone and I was just watching YouTube. It was probably like 10 or, yeah, around like 10 p.m. And I wanted to just watch one more thing before I went to sleep because I recently went and saw the new Lion King movie. Don't go see it, it's terrible. My opinion, but also that's my favorite movie, so there's that. And so I was like, well, I already saw Chris Stuckman and Jeremy Johns' video about it, which they both did great. Go check them out. But I was like, I want to watch a different one. I want to watch, someone that I've never seen before review this movie. And I found one. And I want to give you a little reenactment of how that went.
Timon and Pumbaa, they had a couple good jokes in there. So if you don't compare it to the original one, then it's decent. But it wasn't that great. Anyways,
Great
interesting
points.
thing about Lion King, a lot of these stories like Superman and Lion King, they base it off the Bible.
Wait,
right?
what?
If you look
What?
at
What?
Mufasa.
Wait, where is this going?
And his son.
Hold up. So, yeah. I started watching this, and then about halfway through the video, he makes it into it being about God, and how apparently The Lion King is a film based off of the Bible, and that Superman is based off of the Bible. That's a no. That's a no. I mean, saying that those are derivative of the Bible is purely just reaching for something to get it to where you can put some sort of religious message into it, which there is none. Neither one of those has a religious message. Both of them, I guess, have one about responsibility, but not the Bible, let alone Christianity. And so I was like, well, either one of two things happened since I've found this channel. One of two things. Either that I have stumbled across someone that just out of nowhere pulled in just religious references because they want to, or I came across a channel that is based on religion. Now, I am not a believer of God, and if that makes you hate me, great. I don't want you here anyway, so go away. But I personally don't have that much wrong with a lot of, channels that preach to their audiences and stuff like that. As long as they're preaching, love and stuff like that, I have no problem with that. No problem. But it's when you have your Girl Defines and your Paula Morgans and your Josh Ferensteins and your Marcus Rogers, because he's very anti-LGBTQ IA plus. Can we stop making that so long, please? I mean, I'm asking as someone that's part of it. Can we just, if it's gonna be that long, can we just keep it there? I mean, we got the plus now. So can we just leave it like that? please. But anyway, so it was 10 at night last night, and I stumbled down a bit of a rabbit hole of his channel, and I'm gonna bring you along with me. So since pretty much the entire Lion King review video is just the beginning of it saying that it's not as good as the original, and then the second half reaching for some sort of biblical reference, we're actually just gonna go to another video that I found that was it's pretty bad on his channel. So we're gonna be looking at the video called "Prayed for God to Rain on the Gay Parade Thursday and This Happened," which was posted back on June 30th of this year. So let's give it a look.
So today they have the Gay Pride Parade here in Chicago. Very, big parade. And obviously just driving on Lakeshore Drive or anywhere in this area, you're gonna see like people half naked. I mean, I've seen like just almost all the way completely naked man throwing condoms in the crowd with kids there. People are naked to the point where the only thing they got on is like glitter and stuff covering their private areas. I mean, it's just really raunchy.
So I'd like to stop you right there, because where's your proof that any of this happened? That people are half naked, which, I'm sorry, but if you mean shirtless, yeah, so people go to sports games shirtless. What is your point there? People go shirtless all the time to places, especially celebrations and parades and stuff like that. It's just a way of showing your excitement. That's all it is. And I personally have never been to a pride parade, but all of the things that I've ever seen for a pride parade, there's not usually people throwing condoms around, let alone at kids, because most people know that that's disgusting. And frankly, I think you're just bringing up a point that you can't prove, but no one can really disprove, so that you can just make homosexuals look like they're extreme perverts and all they care about is sex. It's a good job with that. Kind of rude. Yeah.
And I know it's not politically correct to say that, but I don't feel that anybody should be expressing their sexuality in public, in front of kids like that. I mean, we have these laws against, pornography and showing kids, these kind of...
Well, apparently he just got majorly spooked there. I don't know what happened, but he just got majorly spooked. But to the point that you were bringing up, that no one should be expressing their sexuality in public. Well, one, what do you mean by that? What? That is a very vague statement. If you mean people doing the nasty in public, then no, they should be detained for indecent exposure. That's the law. But if they're just shirtless, and if they're, just hugging some bros or something, who cares? Why do you care? Why? That's something that I don't understand, is why does it bother these people so much that something that has nothing to do with them? You know what? If you don't want to go to the gay pride parade, don't go. Everyone's invited, but you don't have to go. It's not a moral obligation to go. If anyone ever makes you feel like you have to go for any reason, just tell them that you don't have to. You see, in real life, there isn't an omnipotent, omniscient person that tells you what you should and should not do in any given situation. Oh, wait, that's right. Do you guys actually believe in that? I forgot about that.
And here on the left, a couple more out of commission gay pride floats. The Lord decided to rain on their parade today, literally.
Now, for this, I would like to state that this was a very big haha moment for me, because he said that God decided to literally rain on their parade. That was very, very funny. I would just like to point out that I got a bit of a hee-hee out of that. Thank you. Okay, then there's this long part in his video where he's driving and he's, you know, sticking his hand out the window, feeling the rain, while it looks like he's recording with his other hand, so I don't know which hand is on the steering wheel, and it's kind of concerning. Please put your hands on the steering wheel, if not for your safety, but for other people's safety. But during that whole montage, I am not going to be able to play any audio because he's using a copyrighted song, because apparently he doesn't know how YouTube works and how the big man is taking down all of YouTube. Anyway, let's continue.
So, as you can see, the Lord answers prayers.
And we're back in the car. God, that was a shitty jump cut. You left in the part. You left in the part where you turned off the video. This guy knows how to edit, right? Like, I know my editing is pretty shitty and pretty, you know, it's not the best, but god damn, it's pretty bad.
So, as you can see, the Lord answers prayers. Now, I don't hate anybody. I can work with anybody. I can love anybody. You know, all sin is sin.
Yes, the Lord answers prayers because you don't like those gays and how they are able to express themselves, and so you prayed and then it rained. It's almost like there's a 7-day forecast that, you know, predicts the weather also, because it's almost like weather is something that can be somewhat predicted now, and it's not really an act of God, is it? It's more just whether enough water was evaporated into the sky or not, whether it got hot enough or cold enough for it to rain or snow or whatever it is. You know, when you really dig deep into it, God starts to fall apart.
But my main thing is, your sexuality doesn't have to be displayed for everybody to see, nor do you have to get offended because we don't want to celebrate it with you. What you do in your bedroom is what you do in your bedroom, and God is going to judge us all at the end of the day. You know, my personal beliefs and what the Bible says is that it is wrong and it is a sin.
Well, if you believe it's something that should just be kept in the bedroom, then how about then you do mind your own damn business? See, it's people like this that treat the LGBT as just a group of people that are sex crazed and just sinners, and that they're not doing it for love, and that it's lust. See, the thing is that people always bring up the fact of, well, if there's a gay pride parade, then why isn't there a straight pride parade? Because the reason for that is that what did a straight person have to get over when what emotions did that straight person have to fight with and feel during their life with their sexuality? Did they have to feel any kind of inner turmoil or any sort of depression, or in some extreme cases suicidal thoughts or anything like that? Did they have to endure any of that? No. No, they didn't. But not all, which is a great thing, but not all, but most people that come from that are LGBTQ, that are LGBTQ, they have a traumatic background, especially when it comes to coming out and dealing with their feelings. So, Gay Pride Parade isn't necessarily about them being proud of themselves for being gay, or proud of themselves for, being trans, being bi, being lesbian. It's not necessarily about that, but it's about being able to come together as people that all have shared having to fight to get approval from other people, but also being able to recognize that some people, like yourself, just might not understand. And it's people like that, in all fairness, not to sound grim, but they're going to die out one day. They just are. I don't know if this is going to make me controversial in any way by saying this, because I'm of white skin, and apparently when I have white skin, I am the worst person ever made. But racism and homophobia are somewhat the same type of thing, but for a different reason. Racism is a thing that someone doesn't like someone because of their race, and nothing can be done to change what that person's skin color is. And the same can be said for the LGBTQ. None of them can change who they are. They all are expected to be someone in society, but sometimes that person that society wants you to be is not you. And that's what the LGBTQ have in common, is that they were expected to be one thing, but they can't change what they really are deep down. Just like with racism, those people can't change what they look like on the outside. So hopefully I didn't butcher that debate a little bit, but sorry if I did. Anyway, let's continue.
My issue is, I don't think that you should have people butt naked in the street, twerking, throwing condoms, almost naked, but glitter covering your body parts, and then have little kids in the crowd dancing and twerking while grown men are cheering these kids on. I think that that's just not acceptable. All right, we don't have to celebrate your sexuality. You can do whatever you want to do in the bedroom. That's going to be between you and God, and that's where I stand on it.
Okay, again, with the whole throwing out accusations of people being butt naked and throwing condoms and all that, you're saying all this. First of all, you said that the Pride Parade was canceled, so how did all that happen then? And I don't want anything to be that is in the bedroom to be between me and God, ever. He sounds like a very, very, very boring person in bed. Very boring. I feel like he would just be a little too preachy. I'm sorry.
All right, at the end of the day, you're going to have to answer to God, and I hope you repent and you come to the truth. I know it's not popular to say that, but it's getting crazy out here, and I feel like it's getting to the point where so much ground and territory is being gained that eventually there will be legislation that's going to make it hard for Christians, and we're going to have a choice. You know, do we bow down or do we stand for the truth?
Okay. Let me get this straight. So, no pun intended. Now you think it's about territory? Are you also a believer in the gay agenda? This isn't about territory. Why is he coming at it with this militaristic and political look? It's not about gaining territory. You're saying this like it's some sort of war or something. All we want is to just have a celebration that we don't have to, you know, hide from people like yourself anymore, and that we can actually celebrate those types of things in public and don't have to be worried that if two men hold hands in public that they'll both be hung and everyone will be fine with it because they were gay. You know, you keep saying that sin is sin, right? Well, how sinful do you think it is that, since you do have a relatively large following on YouTube, you've definitely convinced multiple people to either go to gay conversion therapy or to live a life of abstinence or hide who they are. And I know for sure that with your type of following, that big following, you've probably made someone kill themselves because of the things you say. You know, I grew up in not a heavily Christian household, but it was a Christian household. And I know what that kind of guilt does to someone. And I can't even imagine what it's like for people that have gone through, you know, Jehovah's Witness and like Mormonism and extreme, you know, Christian lifestyles and stuff like that. I can't imagine what people that have gone through that had to deal with. So yeah, what started off as a just wanting to watch a review of the shitty new Lion King movie because I wanted to hear someone shit all over it, turned into this wonders of YouTube. So with all that being said, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. I'll see you guys later.